Was Platinum back again with another card? It's time for the Seven of Hearts. Now, the Seven of Hearts is literally one of the most mystical cards. Actually, sevens in general are mystical because seven is the number of spirit. It's a spiritual number. And the Seven of Hearts, in particular, is the old soul card. It's like these people have been around and they're here to complete a major cycle in the evolution of their soul, or it's like, or bust, right? It's like this is their last chance to do this. Every time I start talking about that, I think of anyway. Got him. All right, so no, so the Seven Hearts, they're on a quest for truth about relationships, about love, about spirituality. These people have this intense amount of energy behind them, and you can see it. You can see it. Who's the Seven Hearts that we can know that you can see the intensity behind? Joaquin Phoenix. Come on, it's a perfect example, right? Of Seven of Hearts person. I mean, look at this dude. This is freaking the Joker, right? I mean, look at him in Gladiator, right? You didn't know. Okay, so we could cut that out. I don't need to do that. But on the Tree of Life, the seventh is the sphere of victory. So we're dealing with the six is harmonizing and perfection, and 12 is the number of grace, but seven is actually like the real perfect number. And because if you think about it, just think about the ace through the 13, right? The ace of hearts and Jack being 11, queen being 12, and the king being 13. What sits right in the middle of those? The sevens. And so they're a bridge between worlds in a way. Like any seven I know can schmooze like crazy, like with the royal people, the royal family or whatever the heck, like the people that are, farther along on their spiritual journey or whatever, and they can schmooze with like the people that are stuck in the mundane realm. And there's nothing wrong with that because everybody's on their own journey. It's like we're on a tightrope and it's like giant tightropes and we're just walking in different sections and different parts, and there's no wrong or right way to do it. That's just the way that it is. So as far as the Seven Hearts goes, they have that mystic element to themselves. They have like this mystical side. They have the ability to understand people's hearts on an intuitive level. So it makes them the great orators. They're great speakers, communicators, but people are really magnetically drawn to the Seven Hearts people, and you can feel almost like this energy, and they'll not crush you, but if you stand in their way, they'll be like, get out of my way, because they have the purpose, they have the mission. Not like the sixth, totally different, because this one is a mystical energy. It's like a very ancient person that is here to do something very specific, and that quest that they're on is very intense. When they get backed by a good educational foundation, they can really soar. And that doesn't have to come from an academic or a traditional educational system, because there's so many different ways that we can learn. There's so many different types of intelligence. We have emotional intelligence, we have kinesthetic intelligence, body intelligence, we have intellectual intelligence, we have academic intelligence, we have people that have psychic intelligence, there's different types of intelligence. And so when they get a good education in some capacity, they can really excel, and they can become those public figures that they almost know that they want to be inside. And even if they don't have the drive to do that or be that in some way, they still have an urge to protect, but they have an urge to help people. Their later years are going to definitely be blessed because they've done a lot of work. Obviously I'm speaking along the lines of the positively aligned Seven of Hearts. They like the water. They like being near the ocean. They have a good grasp on appreciation for little things, and also the appreciation of doing things for others, like doing good deeds. Being in such an old soul makes you sort of almost this conundrum, this like weird mystery, because you're a heart, which is like the young, youthful kind of energy. But if you're a Seven of Hearts, for some reason it really adds a layer of intensity to your being and your makeup, and that you aren't young on your journey at all. I guess maybe it's like you got slammed back into this role to sort of learn some big giant lesson that you need to break through. You have to reach the highest truths of life, or else, because there's no other way out. And so because everything works with different influences in your life path, and I'm not talking numerology life path, that's a whole different subject, but in the life path of the Seven of Hearts person, you have two nines. And what that means is that nines are universal. but they're expanded consciousness, but they're also dealing with the negative sides of life and completion of ideas, completion of thoughts, completions of communications, completions of ways of being. And if those are stubbornly held onto, then you can result in pain. And that pain in the Seven of Hearts life path can manifest in attracting people that betray, attracting betrayal, attracting unforeseen negative occurrences, unexpected negative events. And so stubbornly holding on to ideas and patterns that aren't doing you any good, you're here to truly let go of you completely, like almost be this water being that just has to shed almost everything that their upbringing caused them to want to hold on to. Because if you don't let go, life is going to kind of work against you. You're supposed to let go of personal attachments, completely let go of all personal attachments. And once you do that, you'll be rewarded, because if your mind is preoccupied by jealousies and suspicions, and if your mind is preoccupied by the lower human nature, that's kind of just a reflection of where your mind's at. And when the Seven of Hearts person has those types of, I'll say demons, internally, like they're going to reflect to the way that they are with others. And if they haven't let go, if they stubbornly held on to all those thoughts, communications, ideas, or ways of being, that aren't doing them any good, if they haven't truly let go of attachments and let go of subjects in life that we hold on to stubbornly, relationships that aren't doing any good, a career that's not doing it, if you're holding on to these things longer than they're doing any use for you, you're going to greatly limit your potential for experiencing that unadulterated, uninhibited, just rain and shower of blessings that is available to you once you absolutely comprehend the concept of letting go. That's the conundrum of being a spiritual person in this reality. We're all spiritual, right? We all have some sort of tie to the spiritual realm and everything, but Seven of Hearts particularly, it's almost like as if you're still your spirit stuck here in the world, and everything's just coming at you and you're reacting to the world. And so it's almost like you're this ancient being that got forced to be almost like a kid again, in a way, to learn how to truly let go in order to progress this grand cycle into the next level of your actual being and your actual soul's purpose and your actual soul evolution. And I get, I speak of this in passing, and some people just kind of go, how can you be so sure about stuff that people aren't so sure of? But human existence is a transitory existence. We know that we're greatly, vastly, so intensely beyond this very, very limited realm of experiences, the five senses, what people perceive to be the five senses, or seven senses if you can pick up, or even more. We probably have way more senses. And so just knowing that we're infinitely much more capable, and we're beings that are far beyond the transitory experience of that human experience of human life. If it's just a blip on the radar, it's just a drop in the water of spirituality and potentiality and this expanded sea of consciousness of being, we know for a fact that it's almost like a cosmic joke, so to speak, that is always, in the background. And some people are aware of it, some people aren't. I feel like most Seven of Hearts people are aware of the fact, like, there's, what the heck am I doing here? What's going on right now? And the sacrifices that they do make are going to give them the opportunity to give much to the world once they do let go. You let go of the jealousies, you let go of the suspicions, you let go of like the lower natures of being. You complete that grand cycle, you become higher in vibration and more enlightened, and then all of a sudden you actually attain a lot of power, because you guys have the charm, you guys have the mysticism. Seven of Hearts people have that. They exude this magnetic quality that is very difficult to explain. The best way to explain it is the fact that, like, oh, you guys are old souls, aren't you? Yeah, you've been here before. Yeah, that's really the best way to explain it. Do you know what's funny? Even like T-Pain is a Seven of Hearts, dude. And look at like the revolutionary wave in music that he caused. Like just I'm gonna buy you a drink. just as far as the auto tune, like being able to be the person that really pushed it, made it ubiquitous amongst performers and allowed people to stretch their voice, and myself included, to be able to create the music that you didn't think that would be possible. So all that being said, the way to success is not to force things or break down whoever stands in their way. It's to be a mystical figure for good that has let go of negativities and thoughts and jealousies, and is entertaining and is cooperative and is engaged in a harmonious environment with friends and family, and engaging in friendly relationships with people, while in the background knowing that they're very old souls that are here to complete a mission or complete a grand cycle of their own development, and they're tapped into almost two worlds at the same time. So that's the Seven of Hearts. I went a little bit longer on that one. You know what I'm saying? It's 13 minutes. Hey, why not, bro? And 7's right in the middle between 1 and 13. So that's a good part. It's a good way to stop.